Hey guys, Chris here with the Crabapple Cottage. This is like my third attempt at this video because my cat keeps jumping onto the table. I love my cat, but you know how cats are. Anyways, today I wanted to do a sort of Dollar Tree haul slash review of my first aid and personal care items that I pick up from the Dollar Tree. Now, as everybody probably knows, the Dollar Tree is raising their prices to $1.25. A 25% increase is pretty significant in the long haul. So I did make a last Dollar Tree run last night to try to pick up a few more things, and these are some of the things that I picked up in this trip, plus things that I already had at home or in my bug out bag or my get home bag in my car. So the great thing about the Dollar Tree is that a lot of the items that they have, not just first aid, but other items as well, are small packages. And in many cases, a small package is not the best bang for your buck. If you go someplace like Walmart or another big box store, you can get larger packages for less money per item, basically. But if you're trying to build a first aid kit for your bug out bag or your car or something like that, it's really nice to have small packages that you can throw in a bag that take up less room because you don't necessarily need a full bottle of something. The other thing is that I recently put together bug out bags for 7 family members and friends, and it was really useful to be able to get small packages of things to put together in those bug out bags. So, all that being said, here are some of the things that I pick up at the Dollar Tree. So, here are my first aid kits from my bug out bag and my get home bag in my car. They're just a basic first aid kit. I keep them in the plastic bags because that way I can see everything very quickly, plus it's waterproof. All right, so some of the things that I pick up at the Dollar Tree for health and first aid are PPE. They have latex and vinyl gloves. I've also seen nitrile gloves there in the past. They have face masks. There are 2 for $1, which isn't a super good deal with face masks, but they usually are individually packaged, or I think they're 2 in a package, so it's a nice thing to just throw in your bag. They also have face shields. This one I got a few months ago, and then this one over here I picked up more recently, which is an anti-fog face shield. So if you're dealing with some medical issues and you're at home, something like a face shield combined with a mask, maybe some eye protection, some gloves, gives you some basic PPE, which we all know how important PPE is. All right, first aid. So I love these little gauze rolls from the Dollar Tree. They're individually wrapped. I've taken them out of the boxes here and put them in this bag, but they're really great to toss into various medical kits. Usually for the smaller kits, just one will be sufficient, but you might toss in more for additional kits. That's what's nice, is that you can kind of individually figure out what you need. They do have hydrogen peroxide and rubbing alcohol, always good to stock up on. Do note that the rubbing alcohol, a lot of it is 50% alcohol. This is 70% that I got there. You really want to stay away from the 50% and move up to the 70% or higher if you can find it. Cotton rounds. These are fabulous for cleaning wounds. Obviously, they have applications in the bathroom as well, but I use them for applying hydrogen peroxide and alcohol to clean a wound. They're better than a cotton ball, which gets fibers everywhere, or a tissue, or something like that. So really great to have. The Dollar Tree has a variety of tapes. Waterproof tape to hold your gauze, that sort of thing. Hydrocortisone Cream, small package. Band-Aids. I specifically like these big Band-Aids. Sorry, they're not Band-Aid brand. Bandages that you can pick up there. I've bought them at Walmart, and these are way, way cheaper. Much better deal. Elastic bandages for sprains, a variety of gauze pads, and triple antibiotic ointment. This is the size of the package, so it is small. But again, I don't want something really big in my bug out bag or my car bag, so it's good to have sort of a smaller version. I've also picked up these at the Dollar Tree. This is kind of a little self-care or first aid application kit. It has a nail file, some Q-tips, and cotton balls, and they are in this little individual package, which is nice. You can have it not just for first aid purposes, but also for personal hygiene. And these came in, I want to say, like a larger first aid kit. Sometimes I buy various kits at the Dollar Tree for the parts that they contain. And this is one of those things. I think it was in a little first aid kit, and I thought it was pretty handy to have it all wrapped like that. So I have picked up some of those. Okay, so as far as pain relief, you have your variety of over-the-counter pain medications: acetaminophen, ibuprofen, aspirin. This is naproxen. You can get these bottles, and then you also can pick up these small packets. Usually it's 2 little packets per box, so 2 pills per package. So 4 pills for $1 is not a good deal. However, these are fabulous for throwing in your purse, bug-out bag, that sort of thing. You can have a variety, and yes, you could just take out a couple pills out of a larger bottle and put them in a container, but this is nice because it has dosage and warnings and all that stuff on there. So you can get, like I said, Tylenol, Advil, Advil PM, that sort of thing. I also have some topical pain relievers, some arthritis and muscle pain relieving cream, some small pain patches, and a large pain patch. Again, these are things that are great to throw in a bag. Okay, so as far as cold, flu, and allergy, you can get a variety of allergy medications, as well as nighttime and daytime cold and flu medication. You can get a VapoRub chest rub, which is nice if you have congestion. Small packs of tissues. These usually come 3 or 6 in a package for $1. This nasal spray, I haven't seen this there for a while. This is an older package, but this stuff is great when you have congestion or dry nasal passages because of the weather, something like that. I use that. This saline spray, same sort of thing. So these are both really great products for nasal issues. Now, these nasal strips are the same thing as Breathe Right strips, just a cheaper version, and Breathe Right strips are a little on the pricey side. These work just as well, so if you have nasal congestion, fabulous to use. Again, small packages of Advil cold and sinus, and cough drops. Those are all sort of cold, flu, and allergy things that you can pick up there. All right, coming down to some more unusual things that I pick up at the Dollar Tree for health and hygiene. I do have some of these disposable adult underpads. They're not a diaper per se. They're a pad that you would lay under somebody. So you could also use it for large wounds, for absorbency for somebody who is bedbound, for somebody who is postpartum. So there's kind of a wide range of uses where you could use these. I have 2 packages of these at my house. It's not a lot, but it's just something to have in case it is needed. I also pick up both nighttime sleep aids and caffeine pills. These are important if you end up in something like a shelter where you're having trouble sleeping because there are a lot of people there, lights on, that sort of thing. Sleep aid helps, and the caffeine pills, of course, help if you are in an emergency situation where you are exhausted and you just need to keep going. Having something like that can help you stay awake. The pregnancy tests, I don't know that I would trust them 100%. I've heard good reviews about them. A pregnancy test for $1 is kind of an amazing thing, but always good to have a few of these on hand, if not for yourself, for somebody else who may be in your family or in your community. I also have picked up some of these tongue depressors. These are the larger, thicker tongue depressors. Now these are marketed as craft sticks, so they're probably not maybe as sterile as you would get for medical grade, but you can still pick them up 60 for $1. They are in the craft department. Magnifying glass. This is in the desk accessories, office supplies area. Also useful if you're trying to do something like remove tweezers or something else where you need to see better. Having a magnifying glass on hand could be handy. All right, a few other things that I pick up at the Dollar Tree for health and hygiene include things like these mosquito repellent wipes. I can't remember if this was, I think this was an individual one, but easy to carry in your bag. Things like hair ties if you're a female. These little washcloths, I throw them in all of my bug out bags. Very compact. This is Wonder Woman. They're for children, so there's a wide variety of them out there, but you put it in water and it expands to a full-size washcloth. But in the meantime, it takes up very little room, so kind of a nice addition. I also will pick up earplugs. These have a couple of uses. If you end up in a Red Cross shelter, like I said before, you may have lights on, maybe a lot of noise. Having a pair of earplugs could be useful. I've also heard they could be used for bobbers, for fishing. I don't fish yet, so I don't know if that is true, but it's good to have a pair on you. These scissors, these small scissors, are from the craft department, and they're pretty sturdy for $1. I like that they're so small. It's good for cutting gauze, tape, things like that. This small mirror it swivels out. It's a swivel mirror. Try to do this with one hand. There you go. Good for putting in your hygiene kit. Also could be used for signaling, something like this. This is in the electronics department. It's got a sticky pad on the back that you can use to attach it to your phone. But I just use it in my hygiene bag. You might want to consider picking up a brush. They have a variety of small brushes. This is a travel brush that pops open that also has a mirror on it. So kind of a useful thing to have. That's how that works. If you maybe use a comb instead, you can pick up a comb. You can actually pick up a big package of combs for $1 and then just pull out 1 or 2 that you need for your various bags. This this lip therapy care is pretty good. I actually buy a lot of this. It's good to have chapstick or something similar like that in your bags. Nail clippers, also a good thing to have. Small travel size bottles of lotion, shampoo, whatever it is that you personally use. Petroleum jelly has a million uses. It is flammable, so I will use it to soak cotton balls to make fire starters. I also will use it as chapstick or face lotion or hand lotion in a pinch. It doesn't really expire, so good to have a bunch of bottles of that on hand. And then also I pick up some items for dental care. Of course, you can pick up regular toothbrushes and toothpaste. I tend to go for the small travel sizes. Sometimes you can get them in a package with a small tube of travel toothpaste and a folding travel toothbrush. You can also pick up these larger packages of dental care items that include a toothbrush, a tongue scraper, a mirror, and a dental pick. I really like these kits for the dental picks. I find the dental picks to be super, super handy for keeping your teeth clean, testing out cavities, all kinds of things. I've never had one break on me, and I've owned them for years. So they seem pretty cheap, and they are, but they're really useful to have around. Other dental care items that you can find at the Dollar Tree include things like floss, which could also be used to make small repairs or be used as fishing twine if needed. Oral pain relieving gel, fabulous if you've got canker sores, a sore tooth, a cut, anything like that, a burn. This gel will help with that. And then they have these dental repair kits that you can use to temporarily replace fillings. So I keep something like that in my dental care kit. I'm working on improving my dental care kit. I have the book Where There Is No Dentist, and I'm trying to add things that are described in that book, but it's always good to have some basics. So these are some of the things, like I said, that I have both at home that I've stocked up on, and then that I've also included in some of my various bags. I have some of the smaller medications like this in my purse because they just slip in really easily. I also have a lot of these items in my various medical kits for my bug out bag, my get home bag in my car, things like that. So if you're looking to start a basic first aid kit and the cost of it seems a bit overwhelming, head to the Dollar Tree and pick up some basics. As far as the medications, I wanted to point out that I keep a little bit of everything on hand because in my experience, when you get sick or you need something, you generally don't want to have to run out and get it. Yes, you could keep full-size name brand boxes of these items on hand at home, but then if you don't use them and they expire, then you might have to throw them away. But with these little packages, you have just enough in here to kind of get you through. So let's say it's the middle of the night and you find out that you're having gastrointestinal distress, and maybe you have someone who's vomiting and you need this Pedialyte. I don't think I mentioned this Pedialyte. Actually, now that I look at it, I don't think I mentioned any of this. They have some gastrointestinal products. This is in the baby section, this Pedialyte, this stomach pain reliever, which is basically Pepto-Bismol, laxatives and antidiarrheals, gas relief, and antacids. Also good to have. Like I said, so you might have these at home just in case, because you really do not want to be running out to CVS in the middle of the night if you have an issue. These will get you through to the morning or until you can go out, you or somebody else can go out and get you what you need. So it's good just to have a little bit of everything on hand. That's kind of my philosophy. Obviously, things that you use a lot of, you might want to have more of, but these are just great items to start. So those are the things that I pick up in the medical department and health department at at Dollar Tree. What things do you find?